In Lobb Stories, we walk and we talk with inspiring and forward-thinking people.
Actually, I walk a lot in Paris. I live in Saint-Germain-des-Prés. I work at Saint-Germain-des-Prés, so between my apartment and the place that I work, I don't take a metro, I don't take a bicycle, or just I walk a lot.
In this new episode, we walk in Paris with Tetsuya Yamashita, a very Parisian garçon de café. We talk classical elegance, multiculturalism, and shoe shining at night. Welcome to the JOHN LOBB podcast.
Usually I walk very fast. In my service, I walk very fast, and in my daily life, I walk fast, I think. As a garçon café, that means a server in café, we walk a lot. I never counted, but end of the day, usually I lose 3 kilos every day. It's like a sport for me. The first thing I do when I got home, I polish my shoes that I wear that day. Every day, first of all, I have to take off my shoes, and then I put the shoe tree in my shoes. I took a brush to take off every dust, and then I take a clothes and put the cream on it. It makes me relax after the work every day at night, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I born in Tokyo, in Japan. I spent 5 years in United States when I was a child. My father worked at the New York, so we moved there. Then we came back to Tokyo, and I grew up in Tokyo till I came to Paris. In that time, I worked already as a server in Tokyo when I was a university student as just a part-time job. Actually, I was mixed up in my university time. I didn't know what I want to do in the future, or I didn't have any dreams. I was mixed up, and one day I was working for the cafe, and I happened to meet the director and the garçon who work at the Café Floor in Paris. In that time, there was a Café Floor in Japan. It was in Tokyo, it was in Osaka, it was in Kyoto, and I even do the opening for the Kyoto shop. Even I was a university student, they sent me for 1 month, and that was fun. And fortunately, I had a chance to work with the director and the real garçon of a Café Floor in Paris. I came to Paris to work at Café Floor as a garçon café, the server. I came here to try something different. I came to Paris in 2002. Actually, I came to Paris for the first time in 1998 when I was graduating my university. I told the director of the Café Floor that if there's any chance I can work here. And they say no, because it's impossible. At that time, there was no foreigner working in Café Floor. Café Floor is one of the icons of Paris. So they wanted to keep the real image of Paris or France. So that's why they didn't hire any foreigners as a server. Well, I love the old cinema, French cinema, like 60s, 90s. That's why I started to study little by little. When I get back in Paris in 2002, I spoke much better than when I came here in first time in 1998. I think my French is not enough, so I have to really study and brush up my French. All my life, actually, when growing up, I was looking for something that I could really love and commit myself in my life. And finally, I found this job that I could do whole of my life. Black Oxford shoes, of course, black pantalon, white shirt, a gilet, and a bow tie. Of course, the white long tablier. That's one of the images of the garçon café in Paris. Very classic. They tell me that I'm the most elegant garçon in Paris. The elegance is one of the key word of the France, I suppose, because I very care about how I look as a garçon café. Every time there's a new guy coming to work at Café Flore, my managers tell them that, look Tetsuya, he's the model. When I was a teenager, I started to interested in the men's clothing. At that time, my friends are very crazy about like a sneaker and the stuff, like American stuff. I don't know why, but I didn't like the sneaker at all. Even when I was a teenager, the first leather shoes that I bought, it was chukka boots, made in the Northampton by the Japanese shoe brand. I don't know why, but I love the leather shoes. That's the start that I was starting to wear the real shoes. Well, I mean, I dressed a little bit more, not too casual, but like a gentleman. I was 17 years old. Since then, I love shoes. If you wear the good shoes, you walk as a man, not like a boy. That helps me to grow up as a gentleman. I believe that the best you dressed, best you behave. One of the reasons I love Paris because I love the Parisian elegance, because it's different from other, I think, because every large city like Tokyo or New York or the Milan this is different. I don't know why the Paris suits me. For example, the shoes. I love JOHN LOBB, but in my life I tried another shoes brand, but the things that I wear most, that I keep every time is like JOHN LOBB. They are very classic in base. Basically, there's a classic, and you can find the same model after like 10 years, 20 years. So, for example, the loafer Lopez, I wear like 20 years. If I could, I would buy the Lopez in the different color and different leather. Actually, I'm waiting one pair of Lopez that I made a buy request. I hope it's coming in a month. Oxford Calf, it's dark brown with I order in the dark oak and camel brown, I think. I don't know the name exactly, but perfect for summer. You know, when I work, I always wear the black Oxford shoes, very classic. I love them for work. I suppose that I wear the shoes should be as a garçon café. But for my life, I love to wear the brown shoes. The first pair of JOHN LOBB shoes I bought was chukka boots when I bought in 25 years old. That chukka boots was I still wear even today in Burgundy. I bought in Tokyo. The Lopez is the pair that I wear the most. In that time, there isn't a JOHN LOBB shop in Tokyo. I bought in the shop who called United Arrows. In that time, I read many magazines that featured like men's dressing. And of course, at the shop, like at the selected shop, who called like Beams or United Arrows in Tokyo. And then I found like a very elegant shop manager who called Kamoshita-san. He was wearing the JOHN LOBB. I thought, wow, this is a real gentleman's shoes. When I started in Café Flore in 2003, there was many elegant gentlemen, French elegant men that really well dressed. And I love to see them, I love to serve them. But I think today, unfortunately, there's little less than the time that I started working in Café Flore. But when I walk my neighborhood in Saint-Germain-des-Prés, there's one gentleman who wears really good. Every time I saw him, he's wearing the JOHN LOBB, really all JOHN LOBB. So I love to see him in the street. I wear the Oxford shoes when I work. I love to wear more casual in my day off time. The next one, maybe this one in different color. In black, of course, or maybe in suede, in polo brown. It has been 20 years that I work for the Café Flore now. Nowadays, I'm one of the most oldest server in Flore, and I love this work as a métier. So I want to keep this work as one of the culture of France. The most good memory that I have working in Café Flore is I met Mr. Karl Lagerfeld. Karl is a very kind guy. He took a picture of me. Well, actually, I cannot choose one best memory in Café Flore because I spent really many good time. The worst time was that we had COVID. The cafe was closed, of course. We closed 2 times. First time was like 3 months, and the second time was like 7 months. And that was hard. For me, of course, it's my work, but it's my pleasure. So I have to stay at home, nothing to do. I was passing the time that polishing my shoes. Well, actually, when you work at Café Flore, you have to keep the real image of the like a Parisian server. That means that a little bit, not too friendly, a little bit cold, but it changed. I think I serve like 80 or 120 table each day. Well, it depends on the time that, for example, in the daytime, there's many coffee or the tea, but for the aperitif time, there's a glass of champagne, glass of wine. Basically, I work at night. I love the night in Paris. It's more quiet. At the same time that, bonjour, ça va? The night in Café Flore is more joyful, and every light in Paris, it's very beautiful at night. If you want to go to the Café Flore the first time in your life, I recommend to go inside, not at the terrace, because I know that the terrace of the cafe is one of the favorite thing, maybe for the foreigner, but the real Café Flore exists inside. And you go inside, walk inside, you step yourself on the right side, and there's a best table. When you go to Café Flore, you must order a glass of champagne. I have another dream that one day I go back to Tokyo, do my cafe in Tokyo. Of course, I love French, so good taste of France and good taste of Japan.